Do you like rummaging through boxes? Are you aware of how many flies you have in your pockets at all times? Is there an innate fear of a naked man charging at you? If you answer to any of these questions, I've got a game for you. Welcome to Red Light. Red Light, from a new studio, Lampdog, popped up on Steam around June 13th. Tagged as a retro extraction shooter, it immediately drew my attention. As a fella that enjoys the idea of Tarkov, at least when I'm not on the wrong end of the bungulator, what's up, Peanut? I was really sold on the $14.99 price tag. In a world where Battle State Games expects me to pay $250 to access PvE mode, Red Light is the best value proposition you could have offered me. What's the catch? Are we looking at a tech demo? Is it some sort of unplayable mess? Are they trying to mine crypto so they can afford more Chebareki and Slav beer? In Red Light, you play as a guy named Max who's heading into a derelict Soviet R&D facility to find his missing brother. Inside, you've got hostile mercs, the mutated results of some sort of horrific experiment. Upon booting up Red Light, that retro-style description really clicked into place. This game has a distinct lo-fi look that is very deliberately a throwback. It isn't trying to look like one of these new photorealistic Real Engine 5 games. It leans very hard into a gritty, atmospheric vibe that feels like you're watching the game through an old CRT monitor. And you know what? It works. The details of the world, like cans and bottles, bashed up dressers, trash, environments that look like somebody left suddenly. And there's a number of pinups that really call back to what a military base would look like in the Cold War era. Welcome to your goon cave. Max likes cats. From here, you can access your refurbished Alienware laptop to get missions. The gun room, where you also sleep, is customizable. You can buy additional storage on walls, additional crates, and there's a spot to put up a flag, which you can edit by putting an image in your save folder. Making your way to the door allows you to access the shop or the R&D Institute. At the shop, a very lovely Swiss Miss lady will sell you basic supplies like food, water, health packs. And just like every movie rental store from the 80s, you'll find in the back room the adult-oriented material. There's a free pistol here you can pick up at any time, as well as where you buy your ammunition, and there's a 3D printer that you will use later in the game to print upgrades for your character directly from Shapeways. And as you begin to head to your fate, you hear it. The angelic sound that everyone with any drop of glorious Slav blood in their veins cannot resist, the accordion. Near the R&D Institute is a wonderful bard, a spellbinding man of musical masterwork, who will trade you empty bottles you find on your raids for random items. Well, now it's time to get into the action. Every extraction shooter revolves around the raid, and here's where Red Light excels. The game is brutally honest and addicting. Getting into the facility, completing your objective while rooting through every box, crate, and storage locker like a toddler looking for a cheese puff. Each crate could contain that one piece you needed to survive because you decided not to bring water, and geez, you're parched. I was very happy with the background music, as it created tension in the map, and little bits of sound and added effects to it kept me on edge throughout my playthrough. And attention should be paid while playing. The game has a permadeath loot system. Did you happen to get ganked by a meatwad drone? Say goodbye to your hickory smoked flies. Weren't paying attention to the acid on the ground while you were fleeing from enemies? Hope you don't miss that shotgun. In my first hour, I died a lot. Part of this was due to me not realizing that there was in fact ammo in the storage crates in the starting house. Yes, I went into my first 5 raids with 2 pistols and a prayer that I would find more ammo before I'd have to kick my way to freedom. The gunplay felt tight to me. You can hip fire like in Counter-Strike, or you can aim down the sights like a modern shooter. You have the ability to reenact the Tarkov wiggle by leaning left and right. You can use this to lean out from cover and take shots at the army of angry Slavs that are coming your way because they found out you don't know how to Slav squat. It's a fun game, the kind of game where we can create our own stories. Have you played a game like that and felt, hey, I could have written a novel or 2 about this? If you have, drop a comment down below and let me know what game did that for you. I'm always on the lookout for additional gems. And if you like the games that I'm showing you here like Red Light, go ahead and subscribe so you can also see what other games I end up discovering. Alright, that's the channel plug. Whenever we look at these games like this, we have to ask ourselves, is it really good, or we just think it's good for the price? After spending time playing Red Light, I can say it's a little bit of both. The gameplay is tight and responsive. It's kind of like a combination of Tarkov, Counter-Strike, and Half-Life 1. I'm able to snipe enemies from across the map with a pistol if I'm patient enough. The sound design does keep me on edge. I really enjoy this game. The game leans itself to a lot of replayability. No 2 runs can be identical. Finding new weapons in a run might change the way you play the game. It runs smooth, it has low requirements, and doesn't need that monster PC to have a good time. It's definitely not perfect though. Lampdog is actively working on patching the game. They did do one patch when one man threatened to poop his pants if they did not fix the G key, which if pressed, you would throw your weapon away. It just so happens that the G key was right next to the H key, which you used to heal. Thank you, you mad lad, for helping them make that decision. I will no longer accidentally throw my AK into the face of my foes while rapidly trying to put a Hello Kitty band-aid on. Red light's bringing us something we know, but putting it in a form that we can enjoy. It combines elements that you'd see in Half-Life, like a single-player experience, with the tension and the constant searching and looking for something better that we get in Tarkov. I really think this is a good game, and I really think you should give it a try. If you're a fan of the extraction shooter genre, I think you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of this. And I appreciate that Lampdog themselves, they're working really hard on this game. In fact, since I've made this review, they've probably changed nearly a dozen things. Anyway, I hope you give it a shot because they deserve the shot. That's all from me, Appin, for now. I'll see you in the next one. Oh my god, it's called red light because you extract at a red light.